Massimo, the original since 1996. That doesn't seem too long ago, but really that's a long time ago now.
If you had told me a year ago that I would be sitting here reflecting on an entire year of life halfway around the world, I don't think that I would have fully understood what that meant. Because moving to Bali wasn't just a change of location. It was a slow, quiet unraveling of who I thought I was, and a gentle rebuilding of who I am becoming. And that's really what Unpacking Life has been about this past year. Not just the highlights, not perfection, not just look how amazing this place is, but real life, unfiltered, messy, tender, ordinary in the most beautiful ways. So today, I want to take a breath and unpack what Bali has given me this last year and what it might give you if you're craving something different too. When I first arrived in Bali, I carried the same quiet hopes that a lot of people do. That things would feel lighter, that things would slow down, and that just somehow by being here, I would feel more at peace. And in some ways, that did happen. But Bali didn't fix anything. It reflected things to me, like looking at a mirror. It reflected my habits, my fears, my expectations, and my tendency to rush, even when in paradise. And early on, I realized this isn't a vacation. This is life. Laundry still needs to be done. Frustrations still show up. Loneliness finds its way inside sometimes. And the difference is that I couldn't numb myself with busyness anymore. And that's when the real unpacking began.
Half of that burrito, you said there wasn't a lot of cheese, and I was like, there's a big blob of it right there. I can see it. So, and the cheese was really good.
One of the biggest shifts this year was moving away from tourist mode. At first, everything is new. temples, beaches, cafes, sunsets. It's exhilarating. But eventually, life slows down a little bit. You start going to the same warungs, you start recognizing faces, you find your routines. And suddenly, Bali isn't something that you're consuming anymore. It's something that you're participating in. Board game meetups, walking the same streets in Sonor or Seminyak, saying hello to people who are expecting to see you.
As a tourist, you're really not looking to make friends. But living here, this was one of my goals. To find those like-minded people who you can connect with and share things with. It doesn't really matter if they are locals or expats. When you're living somewhere, you're participating and sharing in that living experience. That's when I started to feel grounded. Not because life was perfect and everything was going well, but because it was something that I was truly creating for myself. And that's something I think a lot of us are missing. A sense of belonging that comes from being just who we are.
Poor Sosha. How you doing over there, Sosha?
They don't make me nervous at all.
Some of the most meaningful moments that came this year was when my daughter came to visit me. Those days were full, but not in a flashy way. Just being together, laughing, enjoying meals, seeing some of the sights, doing very ordinary things in an extraordinary place. And then the goodbyes. Airport goodbyes hit differently when you live far from home. They're slower, heavier. They linger. It reminds me of what I have gained by choosing this life and what I have quietly given up. And instead of pretending that it didn't hurt, I let it be part of the story. Because this channel isn't about pretending that it's easy, but about being honest when it's not. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, so amazing to be a part of it. I feel so blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Astutaro.
Isn't that beautiful? One experience this year that has deeply stayed with me is being invited into local life in a way that I hadn't expected. Temple ceremonies and home invitations without hesitation. What struck me wasn't the beauty, although there was plenty of that. It was the sense of togetherness. Life here isn't lived in isolation. It's shared. Prayers for health, protection, balance, and harmony. And something in me softened. I noticed how often back at home we carry a lot of the weight alone. And there's a pressure to try to figure out all of our personal issues and problems privately. And being welcomed to the ceremony and to the home made it clear to me that we're not meant to go through this life alone. Here's the part that people don't always talk about when they move somewhere new. You still wake up with your thoughts, your patterns, and your mood. There were days this year that I felt overwhelmed for no apparent reason. There were days when my motivation was low. Days when social energy felt hard. And instead of pushing through it and judging myself for it, I started paying attention. What do I actually need today? Rest, connection, quiet.
In your new location, you don't have your familiar routines or certain expectations from where you were living before. Back then, it's really easy to fall into old patterns or to stay inside your comfort zone and not really experience that much growth. In this new location, because you don't have a comfort zone yet, it's a lot easier for you to realize new ways that you can grow that you've never even really thought of before. When everything is new, it's all a learning experience and something that you can use for different amounts of growth that you never thought were possible. Living in Bali didn't magically make me grow, but it made me more aware, and that awareness changes everything.
One of the biggest lessons that I'm learning this year is slowing down without losing my inspiration, without losing my sense of purpose. Slowing down doesn't mean smaller to me. It means more intentional, more presence, more listening, more space to feel what I want to create next. And I think that's something many of us crave, even though we don't know how to name it yet. After one full year in Bali, Here's what I know for sure. Peace isn't found in a place, it's practiced. Simplicity doesn't mean lack, it means clarity. There's an opportunity for change when things are new. And sometimes change doesn't come as a big moment, but quiet, one little step at a time. This year taught me that life doesn't have to be dramatic to be meaningful. That ordinary days carry the most truth. And that you don't need to have everything figured out in order to move forward. You just need to stay open-minded. If you're watching this because you're curious about Bali life, expat life, about starting over, or simply interested in living a life more intentionally, I want you to know this. You don't have to move halfway around the world to unpack your life. But you do have to slow down enough to listen to it. This channel exists because I'm figuring it out in real time. And I'm inviting you to do the same wherever you are. This past year wasn't about becoming someone new. It was about remembering what matters most. Connection, honesty, community, and giving yourself permission to actually live a life that sparks curiosity and growth. If that's something you're craving too, you're in the right place. Thank you for being here, for watching, and for unpacking life with me. And if this year has taught me anything, it's that we're all still learning, and that's okay. Much love to you. See you next time.